あ、おかえりです。アイリスShinomoriです。はい。Good, good after evening. Hello. Hello. I'm finally able to play this game for once. I'm finally able to play this game for once. 今日はHigurashiのなく頃にOnikakushi-Hen ついに遊びたいと思います。Hello. I'm finally able to play Higurashi today. I've been wanting to play Higurashi for a long time. Actually, I've been wanting to play this game for a long time. Let me see if I can try to pop you. There you go. Okay. Also, hi everyone. How is everyone today? How is everyone today? Today we're finally playing Higurashi no naku頃に Ho. And Ho is the latest. I think it's the latest PC port of all of the visual novels. But I think the English version only has the question and answer arcs fully translated and on PC right now. I think Manga Gamer is only up to Meyakashi. Not Meyakashi, but Matsuri Bayashi Hen, I think. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day! I just realized today is St. Patrick's Day too. What a great way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day by going through a game where people get brutally murdered. Also, obviously, because there's a lot of spoiler. Give me a second, my phone there are a bunch of spoilers for this game in particular. Actually, this playthrough will be spoiling a good chunk of the stuff in Higurashi. So please be mindful that you're coming in here with caution. But I do recommend you guys go play this game. I'm not gonna get drunk. I don't drink. I don't do drinking streams. I feel like that's the thing, right? I don't do drinking streams. If not at all. I don't do drinking streams, but I would like to get sake one day and do one of like a chill zatsudan with sake. But I don't think there is any around my area, so that's kind of a no-go. But happy St. Patrick's Day for those who celebrate it. Just hopefully we can get through the entirety of Onikakushi-Hen. Also, you can download Onikakushi-Hen for free off of Steam and off of Manga Gamer's website. I think the rest of the games are around $7, give or take. But yeah, we're gonna be playing Higurashi no They Hou. Now I do know like Higurashi really well. I did watch the anime. I did read the manga. Punishment streams. Nothing with alcohol, unfortunately. I wish I could do one. Yeah, I wish I could do one. Also, tomorrow is gonna be... I wish I can do punishment stream, but I don't have any alcohol. Nor do I want to use my mom's that she got for her gifts. Actually, now that I think about it, I do have, like, Italian alcohol in my house right now. And, like, I think I got a wine. But I don't think I'm going to use my mom's stuff because I think my mom got it personally for gifts. No. This would have been the perfect stream to have, like, some hummus. But I don't do drinking streams like that. I drink responsibly, obviously. But anyway, we are doing English. I did not map my thing to the thing. Hold on. I did not map anything to this. 懐かしいな、日暮らしって。本当に懐かしいな、日暮らしって。Well, it's been a while since I've seen this, but yeah. I click functionality high window. Standard. Oh, I can actually do full screen, right? Hold on. 待って。Trying to oh, that's a bit too big. なんかこうやって and let's just move this a bit so you guys can see a bit chunk of the screen because it's really a tiny window. Some VTubers eat super hot noodles instead of alcohol as punishment. Oh, I wanted to plan like a super hot noodle punishment stream one day. I do have like a super hot kimchi noodles, and I have like the niyoguri and the shin ramen in my thing that I can make. That would actually be really fun though. What Italian alcohol do you have? Limon. I think it's limoncello. Italian alcohol. I forgot what it's called. I think I'll send a picture in Discord on Twitter about it, but I think it's either limoncello. I think I'm not updated original. Oh yeah, do the original Galaxy 07 sprites. We need those blob hands. I think it's limoncello alcohol, Italian alcohol that I have right now. I forgot what the name is, but I'll probably take a picture and just send it over. But yeah, we're gonna play Higurashi When They Cry. This one only covers Onikakushi-Hen, which is the very first arc of Higurashi that has ever been thing. And obviously, if you haven't watched the Higurashi anime, or if you haven't played the games, or you haven't watched the anime or read the manga, then obviously this is going to be huge spoilers for those who are getting into Higurashi, because there's going to be a lot of spoilers. Like, there's going to be a ton of spoilers throughout this entire game. So you get drunk, by the end of the stream you will learn to それはできるわけないでしょ。本当にできるわけないでしょ。それって。できるわけないでしょ。それで。But yeah, anyway, welcome. This is Higurashi Ho. This is the latest of ports. Just trying to fix settings here. Give me a second. But this is the latest port to the PC version, which is called Higurashi Ho. There is I think Higurashi Ho also got like ported to the Switch and PS4 more recently, but that's only in Japan, and it also included the extra arcs and more arcs that are not on the PC version. And then you got Whole Plus, which is an updated PC port of Whole. There's a lot of ports to this game if you're getting in. I would say that if you do want to play Higurashi, you could get the game via Steam/Manga Gamer, and they are available fully translated, and also with the Japanese fully text as well. Onikakushi-Hen, which is this one, is completely free from both Steam and Manga Gamer, but the rest are around like $5 to $7. But Manga Gamer's ports only have the question and answer arcs. I think they're probably in the process of doing the extra arcs, which are really good. Obviously there is the Higurashi anime from Studio Dean from 2006, but okay, It's a classic, the Studio Dean anime, but not the greatest because they kind of just focus more on the gore and not on like the substance of it. So proceed with the Studio Dean animation with caution, and then there's the manga adaptation, which I think is available for digital purchase, which I freaking will heavily suggest that you guys read the manga because it's really good. It's really good. But anyway, let's start. Onikakushi. Welcome to the world of Higurashi when they cry. The Onikakushi art will be the opening, inviting you into this world. Don't play tough. Please just enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty is extremely high, but I hope you will enjoy the reward. I think something you should know about this is a sound novel, so it's highly recommended that you have headphones in to enjoy the sound more than everything else like a visual novel. It really is a good visual novel through and through. I really like Higurashi a lot. It's like one of my... I'm not a huge horror anime manga fan, but I do give high regards to Higurashi. It's probably one of my favorite horror works. So... And also, not gonna spoil anything going forward because that won't be fun for you guys who are probably getting into this the first time. So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything because I know what happens. Definitely not gonna spoil anything because I already know what happens. I just haven't played the visual novels. I cry when Higurashi deserves to die. Well, there's gonna be a lot of that. Cool. Please do not lament. I will forgive you, even if the world will not forgive you. Please do not lament. I will forgive you, even if you will not forgive the world. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? This is a work of fiction, blah, blah, blah. AD 1983, the early summer of the 58th year of the Showa era. Oh yeah, this takes place... I'm already getting goosebumps. If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, having my body ripped apart would have been far better. I trusted her. No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment, I trust her. But I'm starting to realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly, sobering voice, and those tears making a mess of my face. That mechanical, repetitive sound finally stilled, and everything fell silent. Only the cries of the cicadas remained annoyingly loud, and yet I felt as if I could still hear her voice, but that's not possible. She is no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because there was none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Then why? This pain. My eyes getting moist. Why was this happening? I still wanted to believe. I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently. My spirit has suffered enough. And countless times I wavered over whether I should just throw the battered thing away. Except I've stubbornly refused to do that, haven't I? I'd feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing that I chose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand this painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me? I've tried more than enough. I've acknowledged that much. So, isn't it alright to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind with her, like flowers by a grave. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your right arm, just lift it up. And with every swing, forget a little more. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is my first and last bouquet for you. Okay. Perhaps I really did love you. This MC must be fun at parties. I don't like how I'm getting goosebumps reading that. I don't like how I'm getting goosebumps reading this already. I'm gonna click save. Somebody has been apologizing for a while now. I wonder what she's apologizing for. This MC must be fun at parties. Again, I'm not gonna spoil anything. You just gotta... Do not lament. Lament's hard. You know what this intro reminds me of? That crap movie Willing to Blow Me. No, but this one's good. This one's good. So we don't know who the protagonist... Well, I know who the protagonist is, but you guys don't know. I'm just following along. I already got goosebumps from this. This is why I love sound novels. I like visual novels, but sound novels are just bliss. Because you listen to all the effects and you just feel it. You feel it in your soul, you know? I love listening to visual novels like this. It's really good. Okay. So okay. I wonder what she's apologizing for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads. The melodious cacophony of the crosswalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirping of locusts and the babbling of brooks, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Tales that give you goosebumps. Arlowstown? No. Arlowstown was just corny. Arlowstown is just corny. It's not even funny. Not even scary. Like nowadays, Arlowstown stuff is not even scary. It's just whatever. It's just a good... I mean, when you're a kid, it's probably scary. But nowadays, it's not even remotely scary. It's not even... Goosebumps is just corny for me now. I even thought it was corny back then. I never got into Goosebumps as much. I read some of the books, but like, I don't know. Goosebumps really wasn't for me. Rather than making me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There's nothing where I'm living now. I don't just mean there aren't any burger joints. There aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, and no arcades. So it's just like modern life. even an ice cream parlor would be unlovely. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. But come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. Is there an auto? There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I had lived in the city for 10 years and never once been to an ice cream parlor. I should have gone at least once. It's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing to? She's apologized so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing, even now. Then, has she really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done, but if it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey you, the one she's apologizing to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? Hello, yes, this is the line for nightmares. This is the line for cute anime waifus being scary. It's scary. It's spooky scary time. It's spooky scary time with this game. So we don't know. So you guys don't know who protagonist is, but you will soon enough. Throughout the entirety of Higurashi, you'll know these characters from like the back of your hand. You'll know these characters from like the back of your hand eventually. But it's both when you feel the Goosebumps logo felt like Goosebumps. Yeah, it's because it's a texture thing that they do. They want you to be like, it's real. You know? Also maybe lower the volume a tad. What? I lowered it really low. Is that good enough? Is that good? Is that good? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice. Keiichi, we're almost there. Wake up. I was finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. It seemed the train has reached its final stop. We spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window and the city I was in a half a day ago were in the same country. No, that they were even from the same era. From there, we take our car deeper into the mountains. Past where the dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. これは Hinamizawa. There, where I live now, Hinamizawa. ようこそ Hinamizawa へ. Welcome to Hinamizawa. So, here we are. This is Keiichi. He's the protagonist of this one. Something that I really like about Higurashi is that there's a single protagonist, but for the most part, in certain arcs, there are literally multiple protagonists. So, in one arc, Keiichi will be the protagonist, and then in the next arc, another person, and then another person. So, like, everyone is simultaneously like a side/main protagonist/antagonist, and it's great. So for this one, Keiichi is our first person protagonist. For this one, at least. I don't know. I'm not gonna spoil what's happening for the other arcs because we haven't gotten there yet, but for this one in particular, he is like the main protagonist. And so we just established, he's from the city and he's moved to Hinamizawa with his mama and papa. And that's all there is to it. Even though we were approaching the summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although, in exchange, you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. I wish I had crisp, clean air right now. Freaking hate the air here. It sucks. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighboring house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air has its own taste. Man, I hope I don't get copyright from playing this game. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, work when you want. It's kind of like teleworking at home. You just do everything what you want, sleep when you want, do what you want. Well, teleworking at home is... This hits too hard. This is 1983 Japan. Imagine needing air. Yeah, who needs air? That's imagine needing air nowadays. That's weird. Weird. Why would you need air? So, it is really pathetic that they need air. How dare they? You know air is expensive? Think about the trees' needs. Hashtag save the trees. But seriously, save the trees. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that, though. Mom laid breakfast out on the table. Typical anime opening. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg, and grilled salmon. My mom was such a good cook, it was scary. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. No. You're getting this all wrong, Keiichi. You're getting this whole breakfast dynamic wrong. You need... Where's the waifu that makes the food but she cooks badly but you eat it anyway? As you smile through the pain of how atrocious her cooking is? You need that waifu. Where's that waifu? Where's that one? There's none in here, isn't there? Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. It seemed like she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here, Keiichi. If I don't wake up early, I won't have time to eat breakfast. I thought I was being cute, responding with a rice crack after being praised for being good. Full bowl of rice, or will half be enough? Pile it on. First, I savored the steaming hot rice with seaweed. After that, I covered it with the egg. I never really tried that before. I did try miso soup when I was in Japan for my trip. Miso soup is actually really good now that I think about it. I always like the texture of it, and like the broth is really good. Steaming hot rice with seaweed and then egg. That seems... I never really had that. I feel like it must be good though, you know? Like, I feel like it must be good. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Oh, okay, see, you mentioned the pickles and that's where we have to stop. I don't like pickles. I don't like pickles that much. I'm like Bubble Bath. No. Bubble Bath loves pickles though. That's the thing. Bubble Bass loves pickles though. It's like, where's the pickles on my Krabby Patty? Bubble Bass will definitely take those pickles. He'll hide it underneath his tongue. Do a lot of crazy things with it. I really don't like pickles. I hate them. I think my mom also doesn't like it either. So I guess it runs in the family. I don't know. I just don't like the texture of pickles. It's slimy and gooey and it's bitter. I just don't like bitter food in general. It's really... you like pickles? I hate pickles. I don't know. Pickles just don't taste right to me. I can't deal with bitter stuff. Like, I can't even take like dark chocolate because of how bitter it is. It's really, really bad for... It is so gross. So gross. Watching me clean my plate, Mom gave me a warm smile. We'll quick save again. And also, you want to see the Japanese text, then you just do this. So if you want to do the Japanese text, then you can just switch it like this. So it's really handy, this thingamabobber. Bubble Bass loved pickles so much he kept pickles under his tongue for like a week. He did! Does no one want to figure that's really freaking gross? He literally took all those pickles and just hid them under his tongue like a week. That's so gross. Aren't you afraid of the mold? Do pickles get mold? I feel like pickles do get mold. Do they get mold? But yeah, it's so gross how he just put all those pickles underneath there, and it's just... I don't like it. I pickle Iris! Good pickles can have a sweet aftertaste though. I don't want to turn myself into a pickle. How dare you? I don't want to turn myself into a pickle. That seems like the worst case scenario is to turn myself into a pickle. That seems gross. That seems really gross. I don't want to do that. That seems really gross. I don't want to turn myself into a pickle. Let's see. That seems like the most unorthodox way. That seems like the most unorthodox plan is to turn yourself into a pickle. That seems gross. I'm so happy you haven't skipped breakfast even since we've moved here, Katie. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right till the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. That seems like a bad idea. Don't skip any meals, guys. Don't skip any meals like Keiichi does, because that's bad if you do that. It's a bad idea if you do skip. I'm gonna put on something fitting for this playthrough. I am gonna put on something fitting for this, because this is a kind of comfy game right now. So what I am gonna do is put on something real. I'm gonna put on something really comfy on top of my head. Gonna put on something really comfy. Okay. ちょっと待って。 I did put on a cute little thing to make this a bit better. Okay. Now we're ready. Never ever skip important meals. Now we're good. Okay. Boycotting the breakfast mom made me each morning. That was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. I guess that's what you call my rebellious phase. And then Miss Sanchez. What? What am I reading? Can I even say this on stream? Can I even say that on stream? And then Rick Sanchez joined Iris's Hyrule harem. She wanted this Zuck, but instead all she got was his pickle. What the fuck? Ew! Ew! That's gross! Why would I want a fucking grandpa dick? Ew! Why would I want grandpa? Ew! Ew! That's gross! Look at disgusting. That's me. I can't have breakfast in the morning. I feel gross the rest of the day. I always start getting hungry after like 11. I don't know. I really want to get back into the habit. I used to, I don't know. For me, when I was like a kid, for me on certain times, I used to be that person that really just skips a lot of meals that are important to me. Like, there are certain times that I literally go through an entire day or two without eating a single thing. And not because I was, like, depressed or anything or was going through something. There are certain times that I don't really feel like being hungry or anything like that. So I literally just go through entire days, heck, even hours without eating food until I get in trouble by my mom, and she will probably yell at me and be like, "Why aren't you not eating? You need to eat food. Food, don't go through the whole day without eating anything." And stuff. She'll get super mad at me if I don't eat anything. She'll get mad if I don't eat anything. Gonna be really bad. I only start getting hungry after like I mostly get hungry around like when lunchtime is for me. So apparently there's this rule that if it's like 10:30, then it's like automatically lunchtime and stuff, which is really weird. Because usually when it's lunchtime, it's usually in the afternoon and everything like that. But there's like this whole societal thing where when it's like 10:30, then that's considered quote unquote lunchtime, because mostly all the lunch menu stuff opens up and stuff. I find that weird because it's still morning, technically speaking, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I don't find 10:30 to be lunchtime. I feel like lunchtime should be at least the afternoon. If it's still morning, then it's still technically breakfast. You know what I'm saying? You know? And no, this cat is not humping my head. Are you... It's dancing. Look, do you not see this cat's groovy moves on top of my head? It's dancing. It's a dancing nickel. I will implore you to respect my dancing cat. But maybe you don't like this form. I can be... Hi. Now I'm in my true form. I am a small. I can change forms like the top of the hat, my dears. So don't disrespect my power. I will never be Pickle Rick, but I could be sus. But so. I'm so big now. Okay. How the fuck is 10 a.m. lunchtime? Yeah, I know McDonald's. I know McDonald's usually open up their sandwiches and everything. I know McDonald's usually open up their sandwiches and everything at 10:30 because apparently that's lunchtime or something to that extent to them, which I find that really weird because that's still breakfast. Yeah. I find that really weird that they think that it's, I don't know. McDonald's is weird. McDonald's is really weird. I don't trust them. I feel like Ronald McDonald owns an entire conspiracy theory about it. Why must 10:30 a.m. be freaking lunchtime? I don't know. It feels like a conspiracy theory. Admittedly, we Spaniards have a really weird schedule for meals compared to the rest of Iranians. I eat English at like 7. What? That's at 8 in the morning? Or no, 7 at p.m., right? Or do they eat dinner at 7 a.m. in the morning? Because that's really weird if they eat... I don't know. Maybe I'm not... I don't know. Do they eat, like... Do they, like, have dinner at 7 a.m. in the morning in Spain? Or am I just weird to believe that? In Spain, it's not there till like 9 p.m. I usually have dinner around 7:30, 8:30 when my mom is cooking stuff on like a day or something like that. She turned herself into Among Us. I could turn myself into many VTuber models that I have here. That Among Us one is really cute. I can change myself into that model. $7 p.m. I thought they eat at 7 a.m. because that would have been weird if they did. That would have been weird if they did eat at 7 a.m. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to... I'm going back to Among Us. That seems pretty sus that you eat at 8 p.m. I thought they eat at 7 a.m., but apparently I was wrong. Apparently I was wrong. It's 7 p.m., not a.m. That would be weird if they did. I wanted to see if any of you guys are sus before I continue. Okay. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of the time, Mom rushed me along with her wide grin. Isn't it about time to meet her with Denata? Hurry, hurry! Mom really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Dena is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. After a good night out at the clubs, the best thing afterward is a 3 a.m. greasy kebab to absorb all of the alcohol. There was a time that I never really liked kebabs because I always found them really impractical. There was one time I remember this really funny story about a person, like a used to be close friend of mine, when we had like a party and we had kebabs. There was this one time where one of my old mutual friends in school, so we were having kebabs for like a event or something like that. we were having kebabs at an event or something like that. And when we were having kebabs, one of my friends used to do this thing where they would take the kebab stick and I don't know, it was a guy friend. But like one of my friends old mutual friends had like a kebab stick, and you know, like those Western cartoons or Western shows where they have like that hot skillet thing and then they like burn it on the cow's booty or something like that. So like he did that with the kebab stick, and one of the other boys would pull down their pants, and then you just see the guy, one of the boys, eat a kebab stick, eat all the meat and everything off of it, and just goes and marks an X on the kebab on his ass with the kebab stick. Cause he saw that from a cartoon. Kebab. He would take the stick and just write an X on his butt. He like pulled down his pants and the other guy would just do it. He just do it on the top of the kebab. What? What's wrong with me saying kebab? What's wrong with saying kebab? 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 Is it really not pronounced that way? Seriously though, how long does Rena wait there for me every morning? Take one last gulp of miso soup, I race to the door. Please take it into account for the pickles! Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, weren't they? If I'd known that, I would have savored them a bit more. Morning! Ah, 小さい。あー、レナちゃん来たケイジ君 Good morning! Her tearful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. Yeah, it's Rena! It's Rena-chan! Okay, so, this is something that is also new to this port. So if you go here, you can do the updated sprites, which are... You can do the updated sprites, which are these sprites. But then you can also do the original, much superior sprites, which are personally my favorite. So yeah, these do have like two different sprites. So you have the updated ones, which I don't think they're based off the Pachinko. I think the Umineko ones. I think the Umineko ones that Manga Game reported. What is it? So I know the Umineko. No, these sprites are good. Respect these sprites. Okay, so I don't think these are the Pachinko sprites. I know the Umineko ports have the Pachinko style sprites in there and the original sprites. I think these sprites are not lifted from the Pachinko, but are drawn specifically for this port. But then you have the original sprites, which Ryukishi did himself. Ryukishi did mostly all of these by himself. Dai did the music for the visual novels and everything. But no, we're keeping these sprites. These sprites are good. Respect the OG sprites. Look at these sprites. They're freaking cute. Don't diss them. This is what gives them the charm. What is this, K on? No, they're not. All the series lead up and then they throw some Moe Chibi character. Does she die? Well, you just have to keep watching to find out. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not gonna spoil anything in this game. Watch the anime and read the manga, or play the video game and read the visual novel yourself. I'm not gonna spoil it, because it wouldn't be fun if I spoil it. That is grotesque. Although the cat is literally humping your skull. No, it's not humping my skull! It's doing a belly dance! It's a cute belly dance! It's a cute belly dance. There is no cat humping me, okay? There is no humping happening on this Kristen server stream, okay? There's no humping whatsoever. We're say-so. This is say-so. This cat is say-so. Everything is say-so. Except for that opening we just did. Everything else is say-so. I thought we were gonna get some 2006 emo vibe Death Note art. No. No. This is cute. This art is cute. Look out. Look at her. Look at it. It gives this franchise its charm. You're always so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. Oh, you're always so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. If I sleep in, I'll keep you waiting. She's so conscientious and such a good person. If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Keiichi-kun, you're so cold. I wait for you all the time. I'll leave you in the dust without looking back. Why are you so mean? Why? Nana has a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. I'm kidding, I wait for you. He knows the way to a woman's heart is by teasing them. The way to a woman's heart. Relentlessly tease and bully them. Wait. With those words, Rena seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Thank you. I'd wait forever till you came, Rena. No matter how long. Okay, should this be bad if I were to say that thinking about that line really takes this out of context? Or am I just gonna move on? Let's just move on. Forever? Nana turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. Have you ever read a romance novel, Rena? Pickle Deck is also say-so. No, he's not. Pickle Deck is not on say-so. The cat's name is Kabarb and he's giving Iris the pickle. Stop looting my cat! My cat is named... this cat's name on top of my head is called Sir Bartholomew, and I would implore you to respect this cat's decency. Respect this cat's decency. This cat is named Sir Bartholomew. This is Sir Bartholomew, and he is not doing those unsavory things you mortals think of. Look at you mortals and your dirty minds. How dare you? Why can't you be pure like I am? Wait, did you just say the way to a woman's heart is relentless bullying? Are you implying what I think? I'm not implying anything! そんなことじゃないよ! そんなことじゃないよ! それはめっちゃ嘘なんですけど。それは違う。Even though the cat hunts ahead, it is more say-so. やめてよ! エッチのことを考えて言うなよ! I haven't never read any before. From that response, I gathered she wasn't interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, message from Mom. She says thanks for the pickles. It was nothing, you're welcome. How were they? Not too salty? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavor to them. It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I liked the accent before that. Were you the one who picked them, Rena? Or was it your mom?
Why do you ask? Were they too salty?
Her attitude completely changed as she began to panic frantically. Was it you, Dena, or was it your mom?
Why are you asking who made them? Why?
Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. You're a say-so? Yes, I'm 100% say-so. For a year. Totally! Totally say-so. 100% say-so. 100% totally say-so. All day, every day. All of the time. All of the time! She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she used to pick them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. Yeah, guys who actually go out of their way to bully and constantly pick on girls, you're the worst. You're the worst. See, he says it. So that must be true. Dena nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response.
It was me.
Delicious. Pretty good, just like the last ones. They went perfectly with the rice. Her face went bright red again. How does that look with the updated sprites, actually? Oh, that's boring. She does it. Really? That's not... Really? That's how it looks like with the updated sprite? Oh, that's so boring. That's so boring. What the... Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Dena never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Keep at it, Dena. I'll train you until you handle it like the average person. What? What? We're training her to embrace the... What are we embracing? Or so I decided for myself. Let's go. If we keep Mion waiting, we'll never hear the end of it. Seeing as she just keeps spacing out otherwise, I called Renan back to reality so we can make our way to school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Dena Byugu. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realize it's not just her name that's strange.
Mi-chan! Good morning!
Coming up to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved.
Yay, Mi-chan! Mion! Mion-chan ga! Finally, you two are late!
Usually, you're the one who's late. In sharp contrast to the diligent Dena, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mion Sonozaki. It's true, I'm the worst, but it's so fun to tease girls.
Mion-chan ga 一番好きな日暮らしキャラクターは確かにその崎ミヨンさんね。
Definitely one of my favorite Higurashi characters is Mion. I really like Mion. I like all these characters from Higurashi. I think Mion's probably my favorite of the bunch, but that's a huge if. The old ones are deformed Iris. It's monstrous. Look at the size of her hands. Her arms reach like to her knees.
Look! Stop dissing! Stop dissing this art style! Stop dissing this beautiful art!
Okay, look at this beautiful art. The fact that you guys are literally... The fact that you guys are literally dissing this this beautiful art style is criminal. How dare you guys diss this beautiful art style. Look at this, it's fucking cute. It's fucking cute. Look at it. How do you guys not respect this art style? For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of the class.
Morning, Dena. It's been a while, Kei-chan. How many years?
I was only off 2 days.
don't say. You were so much cuter back then.
Mion's gaze stared at my chest and dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. So she was saying it was my crotch that was cuter back then. Before you ask, just be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her. I've grown quite splendidly. You'd be surprised.
Not only is he bigger, but he has a little mustache now.
Being so engorged with energy every morning is quite a problem, though. I'll introduce you next time, so be sure to greet him properly.
This dialogue!
Are we really? あいつのおちんこって話？
これはおちんちんでは話なの。
Is he just talking about the penis? Why are they talking about the penis? Why is it? Don't say next time. Right now it's just fine. How about letting the little guy get a breath of fresh morning air? Because you know what? You know when you're true friends with someone, you just casually talk about morning wood and letting the little guy out from the pants. That's what you talk about with friends. Oh no! This dialogue's I don't think I've ever talked so dirty about you could. I don't think I've ever heard talk so dirty you could smell it fouling up the morning air before. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes. Gotcha! Time for the big reveal. Hope you don't regret it. As my hands reached for my fly, Rena began to ramble in a near panic.
Hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Wait, let me actually see Mion's sprite with the updated. Aw, Rena looks so cute. Red-faced and flustered, Rena tried to play dumb, but it was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about. I've watched enough to know where this is going.
Oh no, it's so bad.
It's so bad. I've seen where this leads. I've seen where this leads in the end.
How was it, seeing the city again?
Mion switched gears, dropping the dirty talk and changing the topic to something more befitting the pleasant morning. I only went for a funeral. I didn't have much time.
So yeah, did you look for it? That thing I asked for?
You're not listening at all. I just came back from a funeral. I didn't have any time to look around in toy stores.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Toy stores and hobby shops are completely different, you know. It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here after all. Is this about games again, Mii-chan?
Mion nodded proudly as Rena giggled. Yep, I wanted K-chan to bring me back a Westport catalog, you see. Westport was short for Western Imported Games. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky. You can just get the send you want in the mail, can't you?
Well, I guess I have to now. I'm going to get another game full of hot action. This time I'd like a game that's easy to understand.
Mion is a board and card game enthusiast, and I hear she's collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Adena, Mion's room has kind of become a museum for domestic and foreign games. If there's a game you think I'd understand, let me play too.
Of course! If K-chan is up for it, I should warn you though, we're pretty tough.
Just what I want. I play all sorts of games. I don't intend to lose.
Wow. Wow. Then we'll let you in the group this time, I guess. Kana.
ですよね。あ、ちょっとかなって。やっぱりこれ。
今日もケイチくんも終わるのかな
Yeah, that's like her shtick. She always does like
かな
って言われる。でのtrumpet. The morning pickle dick.
Stop!
やめてよ、もう。それは恥ずかしい。Bristling with joy from head to toe, Nena looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink, and her expression perked up even further. I thought boys preferred playing outside more, so I figured you wouldn't want to. Rena laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think I had moved here less than a month ago. I understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I'll have to try harder to fit in, so they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcome. I feel like I acted a bit more open than I usually am. It should probably be around right for this place.
そして学校。帰りす。帰りよ。
Hinamizawa was a really small village.
今日は we're playing Higurashi today.
You mean? Yeah. I can't even speak. Oh my goodness. Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class. I'm told that long ago, there used to be a bigger school building and they had actual separate classes. However, it seems something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right for the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that was a bad thing. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead, right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Too bad, I wasn't going to fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead here. You meant for this to be a test of my skills. Mion chuckled with a haughty smirk on her face.
What is it, you guys? Step back, Nena is dangerous. She's here. Huh? Then Satoko-chan is...
Her name was Satoko Hojo. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. The way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Satoko-chan kitazo. Quite the obvious trap, a blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious, Satoko. A hearty laugh came from beyond the door.
Excellent, Kei-chan. I guess that means you win this round?
No, this is Satoko we're talking about. I doubt this is it. After falling for such an intricate trap since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. Satoko liked to combine a variety of traps. Traps that were simple, there to bait you into the main ones. Traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least suspect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. No excuse, you can't escape. By the looks of it, the eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day.
So then, why don't you just open the door and let it drop?
That's what it is! That's what Satoko was after, making me focus my attention upward, so as I lifted my hand to the door, there was thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door handle with tape, a frightening trap, a potent and terrifying trap, concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination, Satoko, but in the end nothing more than the trivial machinations of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. Yappari dame deshita! I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching onto my leg. By the time I realized she had me hook, line, and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall into an almost picturesque manner.
Kei-chan, watch out!
Instinctively reacted to Mion's shrill warning. I twisted my body in midair before I landed on the floor.
Ow!
An inkstone filled to the brim was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered and imagined the situation I landed square on.
Satoko ga.
Well, and here's probably my... Okay, I used to really like Satoko, and then fucking Higurashi Gold Sotsu happened, so now I hate her. I think I've already talked extensively as to why I hate Golden Sotsu, but gosh, I hate Golden Sotsu, my god. Golden Sotsu did not need to exist, honestly. Golden Sotsu did not need to exist, honestly. I really did not like those two.
My, what do we have here? A fair morning to you, Kate-san. Aren't we a lively one this morning?
Still sprawled in an awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was a step up from your usual trap, Satoko.
I haven't the faintest idea what you mean. You're quite unlucky this morning.
You little... Ow, ow, ow. It seemed I inadvertently sprained my back a little when I landed. Better than landing on that inkstone.
Pika! Pika-chango! Nipa! Nipa! A small hand gently rubbed my head. It's Rika! Rika-chango! Kawaii! めっちゃ可愛いな。
そしてね。
ケージの痛いの飛んでいけです。Ah, I like Rika. So cute.
Oh, wait. I'm just messing with the configs. I love
Rika. She's so cute. I love Rika. Look at her. The small dainty hand continued to gently stroke my head. You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, then pain disappears.
I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help me back, but I didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks to Pika-chan. The pain's going away now.
What? Yay, Rika-chan, good morning! Good morning to you, Rena. Good morning to all.
Pika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Nena, Mion, and I all bowed back.
Ah, Rika's so cute. I like her.
I think Rika and Mion are both tied to be two of my favorite characters in Higurashi. I like them. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. So much better than Satoko. I glared over in her direction. Satoko was whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact.
I am the very model of a good girl.
A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps.
Nothing but lies and slanders. Exactly what proof? What?
I picked up Satoko by the back of her collar. She looked like a misbehaved cat when I do this, but a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with. I'm sorry. Try saying that if you won't say it. I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Satoko's forehead.
I'm against violence! You don't even have any proof!
Just so you know, my forehead flicks really hurt. It could split plywood right in half.
No, get away from me, you beast!
They'll say that in a way people will misunderstand. A small hand tucked on the back of my shirt.
See, it's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days.
Rika-chan really is just so... How can I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on Satoko, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick.
It doesn't bother me! You mustn't cry, Satoko. Keep on fighting. Yeah.
Isn't the Japanese like,
Fight though. Oh.
って言われるんで、このセリフで? Isn't it just that? In Japanese, like,
Fight though. Oh. Nipa. Nipa. Rika gently
patted the head of her prankster friend. You would never guess those two are the same age. I think Satoko could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan.
Next time, set an even more amazing trap.
Wait a minute. As he observed the scene, Rena's expression grew ecstatic as he began to swoon.
Ah, Satoko-chan is crying! So cute!
You can't take them home.
Huh? But they're so cute.
You can't, no matter how cute they are.
But just for a bit, it's fine. It's fine.
Nana kept a cutesy face even as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Nana is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them home. So yeah, that's basically Nana's shtick. She really likes cute things. I don't know if people actually saw like the meme for Nana where it's like, "Omochikaeri!" とか "Omochikaeri!" とかセリフでいつも言われるレナちゃんって。Object or person. Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even worse. Give it up.
Then I can just look. Just looking. That should be fine, right? Right?
Rena swooned over Satoko's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Hinamizawa, I'll be forced to turn Rena into the authorities. Forgive me, Rena. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put you away. The teacher's coming. Quickly, clean everything up. Satoko, that ink stone is yours, right? Just from Mion's simple single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The ink stone was bad, but the thumbtack stuck to the door handle was even a bigger problem. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Satoko was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bed lamp from before had been neatly tied up. That's literally Satoko's shtick. She likes setting traps. She does like prankster traps and everything. That's basically her shtick. That's how she does things. Satoko. This little child. It's like if the Joker could set up all these traps. Imagine that, but like at the body of a child. That's Satoko.
We made it in time.
Dive? Kiritsu! Kyotsuke! Yeah, that's how it is, right? That's how they do it in Japanese schools. When they do it. Yeah.
間に合ったね。
とか、そして、起立! Kyotsuke! って言われる. That's what they do in Japanese school. They always do like the attention. Like rise, attention, then you bow. And then you get commanded to sit, and then you sit. Mion gave the morning commands. I remember that from looking up Japanese like classroom stuff. That's how they usually do it. It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one. But naturally, she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Nena and Mion, being in the highest grade in the class, end up mostly doing self-study. They even end up helping teach younger kids, so it seems like they can never get to their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Nena and Mion with their studies.
You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Easy to understand.
Nana took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. So, okay. So, Keiichi is from Tokyo, hence why. I think Nana, Mion, and Keiichi are all in the same grade, but like Keiichi definitely has more of an advantage because but Keiichi has definitely more an advantage because he was in Tokyo, and I guess the whole progression of lessons and everything was much more smoother than like in Hinamizawa, where everybody's just, especially when you're like doing mixed grade teaching, then it's probably more harder. So Keiichi is basically like teacher 2 to teacher 1. if you were to think of it like that. You know? If you were to think of it like that. I'm gonna put it on auto. Teaching is making me lose confidence. It makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. They say that to teach someone something, you need to understand it backwards and forwards. So while you're teaching us, you're getting into your own practice. In contrast, this person over here is quite laissez-faire about things. Laissez-faire. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Oh wait, I thought they were all in the same grade, but they're not. Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on. With these marks. It's not like I'm aiming to go on a prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know for the entrance exams a little at a time. Her staunch defiance was really something else. This was a different type of relaxed, as somebody who already knew what was going to be on the entrance exams.
Mi-chan, Kate-kun is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too.
You're such a good and honest kid, Dena. I'll make sure you guys get accepted into a good school. Aw, look at this protagonist.
Thanks so much.
Especially you, Dena. Private lessons, just the two of us.
Private lessons.
A puff of smoke shaped like a halo popped popped out of Rena's head. Man, I feel Rena being the bullied, and I feel Rena being the teased. Rena, I feel your pain. This is what I have to deal with every live stream. I feel your pain, Rena. I feel the pain. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Wait, why'd you send me an emoji of a courthouse? What do you mean courthouse? I'm not going to court. What? Am I going to court because I'm playing this game? How dare you? I'm not going to jail. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's not. I'm only playing games with cute anime girls. That's not a criminal offense. Exactly what kind of private lesson is she fantasizing about that's making her turn so red? I'd like to hear the play-by-play about that next time. While Mian was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question.
So in the city, do you have to study this much?
If you don't know at least this much, you can't get into a university.
So you'd study just to get into a university?
Well, yeah, basically. While knowing that this stuff won't even come in handy in the future.
Out here, you can get into a university as long as your attendance is good enough.
Really? Study equals entrance exams? Having that basic law of the universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock. I don't love it. It's not like I like it or anything. Stupid baka. Not like I like it or anything, you stupid baka. Not like I like it or anything, baka. Can't even see my face. I'm embarrassed to look at you. I'll make you bigger.
That is right. There aren't really enough people around here to warrant weeding them out with an exam. If anyone can get into university, then there's no need to be all uptight about this stuff, right?
Well, that's true, but you should at least know stuff that's common knowledge.
This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things.
It wasn't too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was me, and it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. Oh my god. Imagine if you just go through college, you go through university, just by like showing up to class, and then boom, instant freaking diploma. That would have saved me so much effort and money. That would be amazing. That would save me so much money if I can just show up to class. Show up to class every day. And just boom. Instant diploma. I've peaked. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Ding-dong bing-bong. In place of a chime, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifted through the school.
K-Town, we're done! It's our wonderful lunchtime!
In a complete 180 from our unmotivated state, Mion gave the commands that signaled the end of the morning period.
K-Town, let's have lunch!
I might have been making a very troubled face. Reno smiled brightly at me.
Alright, let's eat.
Gohan chicken da! There seemed to be different cliques, even with most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Considering what a college student gets you these days, might as well. Imagine they really just said in Hinamizawa, just showing up to class every day is like boom, instant university, instant freaking thing. Imagine if it was that easy. But don't do that. Actually go there to learn. School is important. School is vastly important. Our ages were different and we had both boys and girls, but we weren't reserved around each other. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Denna and Mion pushed their decks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Satoko and Rika were slowly leaning their decks over as well.
Kichika, hurry!
Rena waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes.
Kate-san's lunchboxes most assuredly filled with nothing but bread crusts, like some sort of destitute plebeian. Why don't you show it to us? Come on!
Even though Satoko was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. She really just said, you must eat bread like you must eat bread like a dog. There's something that I really miss about stuff like this, is that I really wish I back then could have made my own lunch and just bring that. Because usually I had to eat like the cafeteria stuff that they usually give us. Like those really old, like those cafeteria made lunches that were just like they were the grossest thing ever. But I'm gonna save. Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, it felt like the stuff that they serve you in like school lunches felt so genuinely fake. Like, it felt like fake food. So I was never really that excited about it. But I mean, look, I ate it. It was part of the school plan and everything in like grade school and stuff, but it was really fucking gross. I remember someone thinking that there was a chocolate splatter on the deck, so on the lunchroom table, so like he licked it, but like even I can tell from like the offset he was probably licking some sort of mold that was on that table because they didn't clean it thoroughly. At that point I thought, oh, he probably just dropped some fucking chocolate on the table or whatever, so that's probably fine. But then I grew up and realized, I was like, maybe that was mold and they didn't just clean the table that good. And you know, they usually do clean the tables that good, but maybe it was just a one-off day, who knows. But yeah, I hate sometimes when it comes to like the cafeteria food, because it tasted so fake. I usually hate it. Okay, the cafeteria pizza was actually alright, but like other stuff like the dessert was pretty bad. when I was in school where whole everything was like, I don't know how to really call that. So I usually would not even eat peanut butter jelly. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes school lunches just aren't for me.
Well then, Representative Me, please give us the signal to start.
At first, this was kind of embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. Oh, yeah, our ages and genders may have all been different, but we were all friends.
Itadakimasu!
The sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom. Really though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course, there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compared to that to girls, well, at least these girls aren't picky. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. That's why you have to make yourself the big man on campus so that they don't know how to mess with you. Until the timing is right. This really just feels like a good old chum along with friends. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everybody... I didn't see the last one. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everyone was free to pick at them. Okay, I skipped through the dialogue. I thought girls wouldn't mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mion noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts, I can now reach over and take sides from everyone's lunch. That seems unsanitary. That seems uber unsanitary. There is always a golden rule when you're always having lunch with kids, especially kids as young as this. Never, ever, ever share your food with anyone because you just don't know how kids act when it comes to food like this. You know? It's so disgusting. How do you children do this to yourselves like this? How do you just share around food so... Oh, no, I can't do that. It's so gross, though. So gross, though. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you want the germs? Why would you want any of those germs? That seems like a really bad misconception.
My, isn't Sir Keiichi's lunch extravagant today?
My, isn't Miss Madame Satoko's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. Buying into the fight that Satoko was starting, our chopsticks locked in a cross counter, stabbing into each other's lunches.
My, how delicious!
Oh, this taro's good. The stewed stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile.
I saved some from dinner last night.
By the way, Satoko and Rika-chan's lunches are always the same. It seems that Rika-chan makes it for the both of them, every day. Rika-chan made this too? These taste like mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes weren't from a mold. They were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to do. Carrot rosettes. What the hell? What are carrot rosettes actually? Is that... I've never heard of carrot rosettes actually. Now that I think about it, Oh my goodness, now that I think about it, what art characters it? They seem like really rural. That seems like really weird. I guess Rika-chan's just good at this sort of thing.
She's really good at sewing laundry and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing! Rika is quite exceptional in many ways.
Oh, she does the freaking お嬢様の笑い声がこれって That's nothing for you to boast about.
Nando's actually better at cooking than I am. Well, you know.
It seemed that the topic of conversation switched to Nana when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and tip over her own words. Nana's lunch really was the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Nana's lunchbox constantly.
Everyone liked this one so much before, so I made a lot this time. It's good, I hope.
It's got high marks from me. Mion, you're taking too much. Knocking Mion's chopsticks aside, I reached out trying to secure my own portion. Satoko and Rika-chan reached over at the same time, and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoveled in mouthful after mouthful while praising it, and Rena's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kind of bad that no one thought to leave any for Rena, but Rena seemed rather satisfied as she looked down.
How did you like it? Isn't Rena-san an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Keiichi-san.
I said that's nothing for you to boast about. This is just mundane, everyday school life. As you chill with your friends and eat a lot of food, while also spreading germs from the chopsticks. I'm sorry, this is really super unsanitary. How is this something to brag about? You're sharing germs, though. Isn't that just sharing germs? You're sharing germs. You guys are crows. Excuse me? You're not much different from Kei-chan, Satoko. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet? Satoko's face went pale.
Hey! Even I can tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know. Of course I can! I really can!
It's really hard for her to lie.
Keiichi-kun, both taste good when they're boiled and topped with mayo, right? You shouldn't be picking on her. Mi-chan too.
Rena hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed hotly as she grew closer to Satoko.
Well, just pretend it's a little home ec lesson. Now then, Satoko, what's this?
Mion lifted her chopsticks. Between them was a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon.
But that's a sparrow. A sparrow.
They're kids, dude. You think kids care about germs? Kids who care about germs get wedgies. But even the kiddiest of kids should know that that's kind of unsanitary. Like, come on, guys. Especially chopsticks. Especially with chopsticks going around when you already put your mouth in. I don't know. It's really gross for me to some reason. But everybody should know the difference between broccoli and cauliflower. One's green, one's white. They're both puffy, and they're both delicious, and everyone should eat them. これはどっち? ブロッコリーとカリフラワーとはどっちか? って言われる.
But that's a sparrow.
Mion made eye contact with me, and within 0.3 seconds, I had Rika-chan's mouth covered. Holding a piece of bacon-wrapped asparagus and give her two choices. She's pretty terrible.
The yellow one is cauliflower. Oh wait, the green one is cauliflower.
So which?
Probably the yellow one is broccoli and the blue one is cauliflower. But the green one is...
Do you really know which is which?
How about you just give up?
I expect nothing less from the class representative, the oldest. The way she drives people to a corner just shows how much expertise she has. This is just a hunch, but being brought into the Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal. Oh yeah, so another fun fact, so they never really go into this, but Mion is in fact, she's in the Sonozaki household, and they're like one of the big deals in Hinamizawa. I think they basically rule over Hinamizawa, those Sonozakis. That's the whole thing. The Sonozakis basically reside over the village of Hinamizawa. So being in a Sonozaki household basically means you're a big shot in a lot of people's eyes.
I do know! I really do!
Then answer the question!
I know!
She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. Rena entered a state of euphoria as Satoko bawled her eyes out. Rena was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheek against Satoko's head and smothered her. Really, a very content face. How does this look with the original? Oh, this is how it looks like with the... This is how it looks like with the updated sprites. It looks so cute, actually. But nothing could ever top the amazing sprites that are these. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile.
Rena! Mimi's begging on me! It's okay! Rena will take care of all those bad people who tease my little sister!
It was like that, a flash of lightning. What was that just now? Both of Rena's fists shot out at supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mion and I were sprawled spread eagle on the floor, staring up at the ceiling with matching wells on our faces. This is the first time you've gone one, right? Today, she went easy on us. Easy? You mean there's something harder than this? With that, Mion and I both slumped our heads back to the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm within striking distance of Rena. Kawaii Moldo. Sotsugeki da. Okay.
See, Satoko-chan, I took care of them. Cute! Omochikaeri!
Making sure Rena couldn't see it, Satoko stuck her tongue out at us. Damn it all, using Rena like a puppet. Damn you, Moe influence! Damn you, Moe influence. Rika-chan massaged our bruises without saying a word. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance.
Hey, Kate-kun! Tomorrow, do you have any plans or anything? Huh?
It was such a direct question for her, and I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then would you do it more subtly? No! Keiichi, don't you understand? You have to be blunt when you ask for dates, because then it shows that you care. Okay, welcome to the love hotline. So here we go. In order to make sure that a woman really cares, you gotta make sure you are honest and foremost truthful about your relationship. You can't just assume. You can't just say that it's bad for her to ask for a date. Maybe she wants to ask for a date. You don't know. It's all about being faithful and honest. You will never understand. This is what it's called shonen protagonist syndrome, when you're completely dense in every sort of thing and revolving around romances. This is called the shonen protagonist syndrome is in full effect here. Nana saw me lost for words and realized that I misunderstood and turned red as well.
No, I didn't mean it like that. You see...
So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Rana's in a panic, I went along with it a little. Oh, really? So, it wasn't meant that way.
Huh?
Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning dejected.
Hi, Rosa. Kate-kun, why are you so disappointed? Why? Mii-chan!
Unable to hold it any longer, Mion slapped me on the back.
I see. This old geezer never knew you could push your buttons like that.
We're playing Higurashi. このゲームで。
Huh? What is it?
Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach while Rena flailed around, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well. Feeling just a bit guilty, I ruffled Rena's hair. Kidding. Sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one.
A joke? Since when?
About halfway through.
Halfway? So, Kei-chan, that means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start?
Huh? That means... It was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see... No, this is horror protagonist. He's a horror shonen protagonist. You need both slices of the pie to make any sort of thing like this work. Don't worry. Oh, see, you already know. The rest of the chat doesn't know. So, I get to surprise them a little bit. Saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. So why were you asking my friend tomorrow, Rena?
Huh? Oh, what were we talking about?
It has been so long that Rena had forgotten. That's how long Mion had teased me.
It's just, Kei-chan, you probably can't find your way around Hinamizawa by yourself yet, can you?
That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we're playing pin the tail on the donkey, I would be able to tell up from down here. Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school.
Yes. So, you see, tomorrow we were thinking that Mii-chan and I could escort you through Hinamizawa and show you around.
That would be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer.
You'll come, of course, right?
If I'm free.
You're being invited by a girl, you know.
If I'm free.
You're probably free anyways.
If I'm free. I was being stubborn so as not to give a clear yes or no. Even though I had thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say so up front.
Kate-kun, you're not free perhaps? Perhaps?
While Mion and I had our rather sour back and forth, Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I just gave in. Sorry, forgive me, I apologize. I'm free. Fine, I'll do it.
Great!
The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it blossomed into a smile.
Hey now! Seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me and compared to Rena. Is there?
It seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoyed was very interesting. So I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should just be the two of us tomorrow. Leave grumpy old Mion behind.
Huh? Well, if Kate-kun is okay with that, then...
I'm the one who came up with the idea to take him around!
Don't ignore me, Katie, my butter!
It'd be great if the two of us could go on a picnic together. Should we bring a basket, Rena?
If we bring in a basket, oh, make all the fun, maybe. Maybe! Don't you ignore me too, Nana! I'll tell everyone that you two disappeared into the hotel district together! Well then, I'm going home right now to start making it! Tomorrow's going to be so fun! Later, Kate's gonna meet you! Bye!
Nana bounced off like she was walking on the moon. After the dust settled, all that left was me standing next to Mion sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face. Machide, are you alright? There was over 2 meters between you guys.
Since you came, they've become sharper. This old geezer's body can't handle it.
Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else this would end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. Tsubokiko? If that happened, the results might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs.
It felt like it was her knee, though.
Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? She's the Karate Kid. Karate Rena. Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. You can't lose to Rena. You need to train up and have a match.
Kei-chan, you should... This old geezer will root for you.
Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. Hey! And... Epilogue. Oh god, poor... Yeah, I didn't play the game, but I watched the anime back in the day. Yeah, that's why I'm not saying anything. You have received new tips. We have a mixed rate. We don't have a uniform. Tips ga iru. Okay. So we have tips! Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm trying not to... That's why I'm trying not to, spoil a lot of the game. Or anything, because I want the chat to be surprised and embrace the experience. So we have... So, Rena, we're the same age? Oh, these are just tips about everything. So basically, as you play through the game, you get like tips to like further along the lore in this entire thing. I think a lot of this is probably one of the things. So basically, you get like tips that basically further along like any sort of lore details or something like that. And this is different from like a visual novel. You don't really pick choices in Higurashi. It basically plays out for you. So you're just spectating everything that goes around. What goes around comes around, you know? But I guess, yeah, the anime back in the day. You did watch the anime back in the day. Okay. The anime is, like, alright, I guess, but I don't know, like, it's a problem with, Studio Dean's adaptation. Like, I always recommend watching or reading the manga or playing the game yourself to get more of the full contextual stuff within the story, but like everything else is the anime, it does its fine to condense it in a way, but like not the greatest, is it focuses too much on the gore and not on like the substance that much. Like they really, Studio Dean really just wants to get to the gore as fast as possible. So yeah. If nothing else, the art style makes them look like actual human beings. Yeah. You'll get a lot more from like the character portraits and stuff. It's a sound novel, so it doesn't have like the traditional stuff like a visual novel. Sound novels you need to listen to and really engross in the sounds and everything. to get the fuller experience. Well, visual novels, you have like all the pictures and everything like that. Not like they are a disgusting mix between a human being and the stray putt marshmallow man. Don't diss the art style! This art style is cute! It's adorable and it's iconic. No one shall diss this art style, okay? This is adorable and iconic. Look at it. Look at how cute their blob hands are. It's adorable. Everything about this art style is adorable. Okay, it's adorable. Everybody needs to respect it. Everyone needs to respect this art style. I'll torture you with this art style all day, every day, so that you guys don't freaking get diss it anymore. So this is just basically tips. So in Higurashi, Umineko, and Sequoia, you get, I think I explained it kind of loosely-ish already, but when you play these games, and as you finish up like certain chapters and everything, you get these tips that basically that basically go through like a lot of key, like a couple of key points in the story. Like this one is basically like a little key plot point as to why there's like a mixed grade system in Hinamizawa. There's not a lot of classrooms, and of course what Keiichi said is that there was a school previously for like there was originally a school that had like the different grade systems and everything, but that is completely not in Hinamizawa. So now it's just every grade is now mixed in co-teaching. They are not monsters. They are cute. They are 100% cute. This spawned a franchise, okay? This spawned a franchise, and it's cute. Kali-jun. They are fucking adorable. They are cute. This is adorable. Oh, look at this. This is iconic. If we're going to play this game, we have to play it the most authentic way possible. School has nothing to do with higher education, but it makes up for that by having lots of valuable things other schools don't. Alright. So yeah, these are the tips. And you can play them anytime you want, basically. And it just goes through like little plot point details. So obviously we have mixed grade, which is basically because Hinamizawa is a small village and everything, so they basically don't have any sort of proper grading system, and that includes like their school uniforms. They really don't have any thing, but whatever. Let's save and save. Let's actually save. And that was the end of chapter 1! That was the end of, and that was chapter 1. But actually, I am gonna, well, it's already at the end of chapter 1, so I am gonna have to end this stream right now. Just go over here. Okay. Okay. I am gonna end the stream right here at chapter 1. Everything is perfectly saved. Obviously. Yes. Also, I can't see my chat on the... Yeah. I'm gonna end the stream today. Oh, wait. So this is where the stream goes to sleep and they all live happily ever after. Or do they? No, we'll play this again. We'll definitely come back to this. Okay. Gonna put my chat over here. You guys are kind of not there. Okay. Otsari deshita. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry if this stream was kind of uneventful, but it really, when it comes to visual novels, it does get slow in the beginning, but it gets picked up more as you play it. But I highly recommend playing Higurashi for those who haven't played it already. It's really good. But tomorrow is Mario Kart. Tomorrow is Mario Kart, as the booster pack drops tomorrow, and we're gonna play through all these courses. I am contemplating on I'm contemplating on doing like a thing where chat can join in. Like I can make I could do like online matches and then do matches against you guys. But maybe I can do that. If I can do like online matches and then just and then also like make a custom room with a custom code so we can all race together. Because the courses do come out tomorrow from the booster pack, and I'm ready to own each and every one of you at Coconut Mall. Ooh. What did we learn today, kids? Horror shonen protagonist. Bliss. Also, I guess bullying is the way to a woman's heart and flattering. I guess. Also, take that cat off your head. He must be sore from all that hump. It's not humping! He's dancing! He's dancing on top of my head. He's doing like a belly. He's doing like a belly dance. He's cute doing it. But anyway. Tomorrow's gonna be Mario Kart, and Friday I have another stream, and then I'm gonna go do a lot more work. But anyway, thank you for joining me today. The beginning is kind of slow, yeah. It gets slow in the beginning because obviously we have to get immersed into the world first and the characters before stuff really drops. But I'm not going to spoil anything because I want you guys to experience it. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Otsari deshita. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow for Mario Kart. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.